This next question is coming in from Isabel. I pre-read the question, and Isabel, I want you to know that we love you, but I think Crystalina is going to light you up like a Christmas tree when she answers this question. She asks, how can I go about boundaries? I've told him what mine are, but I feel like I'm just frustrating him. How can I keep him and not feel guilty for it?
Why do you feel guilty? And so it's like, where's the guilt coming from?
Well, it's coming from him. He's trying to make her feel guilty because she's got standards that he doesn't share, perhaps. How can she keep him and not feel guilty?
Well,
should she keep him?
Are you playing games? Don't play games. I mean, don't dress all provocatively and not be modest and then go and sit in your parents' empty house and just be like, oh, we're supposed to behave right now. You know, it's not going to work. You're kind of like leading him on, and I'm not saying you are doing that. I'm saying just in case, okay? But with that being said, once you tell someone no, or you set your standards together, right? Jason and I, we had the talk. You have to have the talk. You have a relationship. You have to just know what is okay, or just, we knew we were going to be pure, and we would go and we'd go to adoration. We'd pray before we went on our dates. I mean, we really brought Jesus into our lives. And are you doing that? Are you doing what's best for him as well, spiritually? Where are you two at with that? And maybe take some spiritual inventory together during this Lenten season. And how can you improve in your relationship? What areas are you failing? And knock it off. It's that simple. Like, when you want to be pure, you can be pure. But what situations are you putting yourselves in? And if you set boundaries and standards, honey, they've got to stay. They cannot like slowly inch down. You know, it's not. Because then ultimately in the end, you're not going to get what you want and what your heart's longing for and what the gift Jesus is trying to give you if you keep lowering that bar. So if you have standards, you hold yourself to it and you hold him to it. And if it keeps becoming a problem and you guys keep going to the edge, you just got to stop for a while. Or don't allow yourselves to be alone. If you can't be together by yourselves without something happening, well then don't go somewhere where you're by yourselves. You know, there's ultimately a fix to everything if you really want it. That's the thing. Do you really want it?
A couple thoughts I'd throw in there too is you probably are frustrating him because I don't think his heart is in the right place. If he wanted to love you purely and help you become a saint, your boundaries would be super attractive and he'd be overjoyed about them, that you're a woman of integrity, that you're a woman of virtue. He's frustrated because he's not that kind of a guy. And I'm sorry to say that, because I've never met the guy, but he should honor you and he should cherish you and he should lead you in a date in such a way that if you were to die at the end of the date, he could pick up your body and lay it in the arms of Jesus Christ and say, here she is, my God, I took care of her. That's the type of love that you deserve. And I don't think this guy is spiritually mature enough to give that to you, because I think your purity is in a sense hanging by a thread, being your own self-restraint. That you've trained this guy to respect your boundaries, but unfortunately, I don't think he shares those boundaries. It's almost like teaching a dog to balance a bone on his nose, right? Like, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. Okay, now you can eat it. And so he's just waiting for the green light. But here's the problem, like, girls have temptations too. And what happens when you're tempted? Is he going to be the strong one? Or is he going to be the kind of guy, well, if she's willing to do it, then it's totally okay. There's got to be some mutual accountability here, because we're both going to be tempted. And if as soon as you're weak, you feel taken advantage of, I just don't think this is the thing for you. So don't feel guilty about your boundaries. He should be the one feeling guilt for trying to wear your boundaries down. Don't take his guilt on. That does not belong to you. You should be proud of your boundaries, and you should try to find a guy who's proud of them as well. And if this isn't that guy, then Isabel, I'm sorry, I don't recommend holding on to this for that much longer, hoping this guy's going to have a deep, profound change of heart. And maybe there'll be some glimmers of light here and there, but you want a guy who wants nothing more than for you guys to get to heaven, to enjoy the eternity that God has planned for you there. So,
you ladies, guys, you want someone you can serve God with together. You're not always just like pulling along, or always having to justify your faith or why you believe in God or this or that. Like, you want someone, a partner, a comrade, someone who's just going to like do what it is God's asking, and you follow through on God's will in your lives together. It shouldn't be this tug of war with your faith. That's one thing that's just got to be rock solid.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/JasonEvert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.